Hey everyone, Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. So leading up to doing kind of certain builds and things like that, we have to look at working with various different brands, deciding on a theme and deciding kind of what direction we want to go. Now, one of the key ideas I had and a lot of feedback that I actually got from you guys was asking me to do something based around sort of the ultimate clean build, having everything as clean as physically possible. Now, not just on the build side in terms of, cabling, because we have things like these cables up here from Cable Mod, which will allow you to do kind of your individually braided cables with the combs and everything, but even coming down to actually the desk. Now, that leads on to our first product. The desk that we use is a kind of electric, automatic going up and down desk made by Furna. If you haven't checked that out, we have got a video of it, so be sure to go and check that out. It's an absolutely great desk and makes our life as kind of, doing all this filming so much easier. Now, Furna actually makes some other products. So what they've got here is a cable tidying kind of solution in terms of, connecting all your plugs in. So what they actually have, including the relevant cables, is an extension lead, but not like you've sort of seen before. Essentially what you have here is 4 different plugs. I'm pretty sure you will be able to find this in other places or similar products like this with US and European plugs if you're not from the UK, but obviously UK plugs like this, 2 USB and 2 Ethernet ports as well. And essentially this will bolt on to the underside of the desk and will allow you to connect everything in without having multiple wires, because when you're using an up-down desk like this that's electric, you don't want too many cables coming down to the plug. Essentially what you want is one, which will be this device itself, and then all your plugs will go into that. So we're actually focusing on doing a video which is basically going to be revolving around having the ultimate clean setup, not just the PC but the whole desk and everything. So that kind of leads us on to the next product. So let's start with a big box from Overclockers. Now, I reached out to the guys at Overclockers and said, okay, what we want to do is we want to focus on something that's going to be a clean build and is going to focus on a certain colour. That colour happened to be orange. I've never done anything based around orange before, but it was actually perfect that we went down that route because Overclockers work very, very heavily and represent in the UK in terms of distribution and sort of marketing and pushing their products for Cougar. So essentially, Cougar make a lot of products that are based around orange. So I haven't got it here right now, but we have got the Cougar Conquer case, which is that kind of really big, some people might say garish. I think it's quite cool looking, tempered glass on it, and it's in bright orange. So perfect chassis to kind of start us on our journey. We have one of the new Overclockers Mega Mats, 3XL size. So this is the old one up here. So apparently they've revamped it. It's even more premium now. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how that is. Other than that, looking in here, we have the 700M Cougar gaming mouse. So again, kind of follows, with the orange color scheme and everything. So really excited to sort of see, how everything ties in together. So they asked us what we wanted to do cooling wise. It was a bit up in the air as to how we wanted to do it. Did we want to kind of stick with air, because you can obviously get a lot of air coolers that are various different colors, or did we want to go down the water cooling route, either custom loop or AIO? Now, custom loop in a chassis like that will take a while, so it might be something that we eventually do, but for now we decided to go, Overclockers actually have their own kind of OEM water cooling kit. So we're going to strap some RGB fans on there, turn them orange, and we should get a really good result from it. So we had that. We also have... Okay. As I said, it's not just about the PC, it's the whole desk setup, and what finishes off your desk setup better than anything than a supersized mug. So thank you very much to Overclockers for the mug as well. I'm so going to be using that after we've done this video. For now, I better keep it clean though. So other than that, moving on, we have, obviously being an OEM kit, they give you the brackets for the platform that you want. So there's the relevant Acertech brackets. I'm not even sure what half this is, even though I was sent an email telling me exactly what it is. We're getting so much stuff in at the moment and have so many sort of different projects on the go that it's hard to kind of keep up. Okay, so they've sent us the Black Silent Pro noise blocker fans. Thank you very much for these. I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to use these because I'd rather go down the RGB route and use orange fans. But you never know, I might have some use for these somewhere in the system. But either way, noise blocker fans are absolutely fantastic. For anyone who hasn't used them, they've got such a great, I want to say such a great sound to them, but you can't actually hear them. That's the whole kind of point behind them. Following on with kind of the orange theme and Cougar, we've got the Immerser Pro, which is a 7.1 headset. So yeah, really excited to kind of see how that pans out in the whole kind of scheme of things. We have also got something, I'm not sure where it is at the moment, but we have got a under desk hanger. So basically it will stick on with some 3M tape under the desk, and that's where we're going to put these, and it's just going to kind of complete the whole look. We are also, I know, getting some cable raceways from Simple Cord, who currently they manufacture and sell in the US across the Amazon US site, but they are looking at sort of developing back out into the UK market. So there's going to be some stuff there as well, but that's going to be really cool when they come. Power supply wise, obviously Cougar manufacture power supplies. We told them that we're going with this whole black and orange theme, which means motherboard wise, there's only one choice. We're going to go with Gigabyte, orange, Aorus, it kind of ties in. And then we sort of said, well, what are we actually going to do graphics card wise? Over here, I've got two Aorus GTX 1080 Ti's, so I'm going to be using them. So as you can appreciate, using two 1080 Ti's, we knew it was going to use a lot of power, so they decided to send us the Cougar GX 1050 watt power supply, which is going to be more than enough for what we're needing. And then last but not least, actually, sorry, there's two things in here. So the smaller one is Cryonaut. We have some Thermal Grizzly, obviously to keep our CPU nice and cool. If you haven't used Thermal Grizzly, go check it out. We actually did some tests with it on eTeknix.com, and you can see exactly how it compares, because essentially you're talking liquid metal against, you know, other types of paste. I love Notch at NTH1 and I love GC Extreme from Gelid, but it's just a completely different animal with that. Get it? Animal? Thermal Grizzly? Yeah. So we also have a keyboard, and we've got the Cougar 600K, which obviously we're going to be lighting up all nice and orange as well. So that is basically it. So an absolute huge haul of products from Overclockers. So thanks to the guys over there. We really appreciate you sending all of this stuff over. This is going to look great for the idea that we're doing based around, you know, building the ultimate clean setup. As you can appreciate, everything's going to tie in. It's all going to be sitting nicely in that Cougar Conquer chassis, and everything's going to be great. Which moves us on to the next thing. So we wanted to add a bit more colour to the build that we're going to be doing. Essentially, we did want to go down the route of kind of black and orange, which makes sense. And we sort of looked at it and said, well, what about just spicing up a bit of colour, but making it quite subtle at the same time? Which kind of led us down the route of M.2 covers. So I looked at M.2 covers, and no one really does a black and orange one. So I thought I'm going to have to essentially modify something. So that's when I reached out to someone who I know personally, purely because he used to work for us and now he's working for Alphacool. I basically knew that he'd done builds before that were orange, and that's Dave OcUK. And I said to Dave, what is going to be the best way of having an orange M.2 cover? And he said, well, what you could do is get any old M.2 cover and make it orange. So essentially that's what he did. He sent us two, just in case I screw up the first one, because I'm going to admit I'm not the best modder in the world. But essentially what we have here are two little cooling plates, Alphacool logo on there. But in theory, I should be able to put some primer on this, put some orange spray paint on it, and it should tie in really, really nicely. So thank you very much, Dave. Thank you very much, Alphacool. Thank you very much, Overclockers, and also to Furna. So that's pretty much it really, guys. Until next video, remember to subscribe to get great video content like this directly to your inbox. Give us a thumb up, comment, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later.